morning. Welcome to Jackbox News. We're going to start today off with a class spotlight brought to you by the Student Council. And today's class spotlight is Mrs. Cox's class as they share during their morning meeting. Here we go. Take a look.
My favorite compliment I could give is I would say that they were great at all sports.
A compliment that I can give is you are good at sports and I like your shirt. The best compliment I can give is I like your hair.
The best compliment I could give is they really look out for me.
My best compliment is everybody have one of the greatest shirts.
The best compliment I could give is that you can do anything.
The best compliment is I like basketball.
My best compliment is the jacket.
The best compliment I would do would be you look nice today.
The best compliment I could give is you're really great at swimming. The best compliment I can give play piano.
My best compliment I give is everyone is great.
Good job, you guys. Those are really good compliments. Those are something that makes people feel good.
The best compliment I give is you're very pretty.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Cox's class. Next up is our Student Council Spotlight, and they are going to be talking to you about the Veterans Day Assembly. Students, for the Student Council Spotlight, we're going to be talking to you about Veterans Day. Veterans Day is Saturday, November 11th. This Friday, the 10th, we're going to have an assembly, and we're going to celebrate Veterans Day. Veterans Day is a day where we say thank you to the veterans. Well, who are veterans? Veterans are anyone that served in the military, past or present. So if you have any family members or friends or neighbors who are in the military or who have been in the military, you can invite them to come to our assembly. We would love for them to come because the whole point is to say thank you to them. And one way we're going to say thank you is we're going to say thank you for the freedoms we have. We are going to ask two students from every class to say something a freedom that they like, a freedom that they're grateful for. And what we'll ask you to do, teachers, is when the student council comes around during the week, to just send those two students out into the hall. And if they're lower grades, you may need to practice with them ahead of time about what they're going to say. And it's up to you, teachers, on how to pick those two students. So back to you, students. If you get picked, you need to say something a freedom that you're grateful for. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to give you some examples. The student council right now is going to tell you right now a freedom they are grateful for. Listen for some ideas, because if you get picked, you might need some ideas, and the student council is your example of things that veterans do to protect our freedoms. So here is the student council spotlight and freedoms that they're grateful for.
One freedom that I'm thankful for is the freedom of speech.
One freedom that I'm really thankful for is to eat what I want, do what I want, and not be a slave.
The thing I'm grateful for is that we can go to school.
Okay, so one thing I am grateful for is probably also the freedom of speech, because we need to say what we are thinking and we need to stand up for ourselves and others. I am also thankful for my dad because he served in the military.
One thing that I'm grateful for, a freedom, is the freedom to be able to go to the same school and to be able to go to the same church.
What I'm grateful for is the freedom to like believe in um what I think is real.
A freedom I'm grateful for is my family and being able to say what I like.
Guys, I'm so thankful for being in this school. I'm thankful for the freedom to be in this school and not have to go to a different school because I'm not this, I'm not this. Because all of you guys are my friends and I'm glad that I can come to Jacqueline and stay here every day.
All right, thank you so much, Student Council. I'm going to ask the Student Council to help me with the Principal Spotlight. What you're going to see right now is the Principal Spotlight, which is at the end of the month, picking out JAG-SWAGs to pick winners to come play a video game. And we usually play Mario Kart, but we've made a few small changes that I think you're going to like. So this is the first part of the Principal Spotlight with help from the Student Council. Take a look. As you know, once a month I pick winners from the JAG-SWAGs to play Mario Kart. Well, the Student Council has spoken. You have elected them to represent you, and they have made a decision to help you. So good job choosing good Student Council members, because guess what they want? They want more winners. Who doesn't want more winners? Everybody wants more winners. So here's what we're going to do. Every week, not every month, we're going to pick not 6 winners, 8 winners every week. And another thing that they want to do is play a different game each month. So for the month of November, we are playing Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And every week on Jackbox News, we will pick 8 winners. So if you don't win this week, you only have to wait until next week to see if you win again. You don't have to wait a whole month. So thank your Student Council member for making this happen for you. And here's the 8 winners for this week.
I have Liam, and Garcia. Liam.
Kyler Garcia. Montana Missy class.
Zach from Garcia's class.
Natalie in Miss Martin's class.
Yeah. Jesse and Garcia.
Good job.
Nayeli in Mrs. Torres' class.
This is Pearson Julia.
It's really exciting. So that's something that we're going to be doing every week is the Student Council will be picking winners every single week. You don't have to wait a whole month to be chosen to come play a video game. And this month, of course, as we just said, is Super Mario Wonder. Another thing that we're going to be doing every week from now on is birthdays. I've tried this 3 different ways this year, and Jackbox News is going to be best. So what happened is I was coming to your morning meetings to give you birthday presents and birthday wishes in September, and I missed a few of you. So then October, I tried something different, and that didn't go very well at all. So we're going to try this. Mr. Bond's going to announce your birthday on Jackbox News. But because October didn't go very well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to announce all the birthdays for the week from October and November. And then next month, I'll do December and June. So if you have a birthday in June, I'll announce it next month because we don't have school in June. And then in January, we'll do January and July. You're sensing a pattern here, right? And then February, it'll be February and August. And then March, we'll just do March. We'll just do March, April, and May all by themselves. Because we did announce September's birthdays, and we're going to do October's right now. So for October, for the first week of October, which was the 1st through the 12th, our first birthday was Rayma in Christensen's class, and then Amina and Annabelle in Jones's class, and then Isabella in Ronning's class, and Leilani in Miss Jones's class, Mia in Miss Wilson's class, Anna in Mr. Pearson's class, Taisley in Mrs. Torres's class, Tyree in Miss Garcia's class, Tyosili in Miss Wright's class, and Summit in Miss Thatcher's class. Happy birthday to you. Those were students who had birthdays October 1st through October 12th. Now let's do November 1st through November 12th. On the 1st, Frankie in Mrs. Black's class. Mumina in Miss Schlappy's class on the 4th. Alexis and Shelby. Alexis was in Jones's class and Shelby's in Miss Black's. And that was on November 5th. November 5th was yesterday. Today Okay, today, if you watch this on Monday, is November 6th. I had to look at my watch, and it's Bellin in Mr. Woodhead's class. Actually has a birthday today. And then we have Genesis from Jones's class, Aldo from Mrs. Cox's class, and Dulce from Mr. Pearson's class. They have a birthday on November 7th. Rosie has a birthday from Woodhead's class on the 8th. Nioski from Christensen's class, Adrian from Pearson's, Luis from Black, and Alejandro from Christensen's all have birthdays on the 9th. On the 10th, Andrea from Miss Wright's class, and also Javier from Miss Marchant's class. And finally, on the 12th, Enrique from Mrs. Cox's class. And that's all the birthdays for the first week of October and the first week of November. So, teachers and students, if I announce your birthday on Jackbox News, I will put a birthday card from me in the box, and it also is a hall pass. So, teachers, you can give it to the kids when it's appropriate for them to come to the office to get their birthday present from me. You can send them down anytime. If I am there, students, I will personally give you your birthday present, which is a token and a pencil. If I'm not there, the ladies in the office will give it to you. So teachers, you just hold on to those birthday cards, and when you're ready to send them down, put the date and time so we know that they have permission to come down and get their birthday present. So, and we will do this every week. We'll announce the birthdays for the weeks. So thank you so much. Okay, very last thing that we have to talk about is attendance. As you know, we're having a competition with Whittier to see who has the best attendance. But before we do that, we wanted to give some prizes to one class from each grade level that got the best attendance last week. So here's a little video of which class won in 4th grade. In addition to the Barbie contest, we're also going to be spotlighting classes that have good attendance. And this week, Mr. Woodhead's class had the best attendance in the whole school out of all the classes, so they're each getting a sucker. Congratulations, Mr. Woodhead.
Awesome.
Hello, students. We are starting a new, well, okay, ignore that. No, keep going. That's a blooper. Okay, just here we go. All right, as you can see from that video, Mr. Woodhead's class won the prize for attendance, best attendance last week, and they had 94% attendance, and that was the best in the whole school. So great job, Mr. Woodhead's class. Now, there are 5 other classes that were won as well because they were the best in their grade level. So in kindergarten, Miss Garcia's class had 84% of their students here. They get suckers. Miss Schlappy's class had 90% in 1st grade, so they're the winners for 1st grade. There was a tie in 2nd grade. Christensen and Ronning both tied at 91%, so both classes get suckers this week. Haslam won in 3rd grade with 92%. We already mentioned Woodhead won with 94%, and that was the best in the whole school. And in 5th grade, the winning class was Mrs. Black's class with 87% students average attendance for the week, and so they'll get a sucker. Next week, suckers will be given, or a prize, I don't know if it'll be suckers again, will be given to the classes who improve the most. So not necessarily the highest. For example, Mr. Frampton's class, Mr. Joshua's class didn't win. And next week, if he doesn't have the best attendance, that's okay. If his class has the most growth, so let's say they were at 80% and they end next week with 90%, that's 10% growth. If no other kindergarten classes beat them as far as from week to week and how much they grow and get better, then they'll be the winners. So that's some of the attendance prizes we are giving to our classes. Now remember, the whole school is participating in the competition with Whittier. So here are those numbers. As a recap, last week we lost to Whittier. They had, 2 weeks ago, they had 92% and we had 88%, I believe. Well, this week we are still at 88%. So we didn't get any better, but Whittier got worse. They went from 92 to 90, but they still won because they beat us by 2 points. But they're starting to slip, and we didn't slip. We stayed the same. So if they slip again and we get a little better, we will earn the point next week. But right now the score is Whittier 2 points, Jackling 0. So come to school this week and let's beat Whittier. And that's the end of Jackbox News. Sorry, it was an extra long one. We had a lot of extra information today. We'll see you later. Have a great week.